Welcome to How I Unfucked My Life. Yeah, I know, that sounds a little aggressive and offensive, but so is life, and we need aggressive solutions. So, let's get started. Okay, so today we are tackling the biggest question that I get asked, no matter whether I'm talking in front of a large group of people or I'm doing a one-on-one. This is the big one. Now, we've already talked about confidence, and we all know having confidence feels good. Don't care who you are, it feels good. And we talked about self-worth, which feels even better, knowing that you are worthy of the things that you want and the capabilities that you have. But if you stop there, you are going to fall short. You see, changing your life and becoming successful doesn't come just from believing in yourself, although it is very necessary. It comes from protecting that belief with boundaries. Now, everybody wants to know how to set boundaries because that is the hardest thing to do. And today, hopefully, I'm going to teach you how to set those boundaries. And why? Because your boundaries are what put your confidence to work. Boundaries, confidence, self-worth. These three traits are intertwined. You really can't have one without the other. Think about it. You can't be confident unless you feel you're worthy. And you can't have either of those without setting boundaries because you'll never maintain it. You see, boundaries are what holds all of it together. Now, everyone, including myself, well, I used to have trouble setting boundaries. And that's why I get asked to teach this so often. So this is today's episode. And we're going to start with the link between boundaries and success. You see, confidence says, I can have this. I can accomplish that. I am capable. And all that is wonderful. Self-worth says, I deserve all of it. And you do. But what boundaries say is, here's how I protect the space to make it all happen. Without boundaries, your confidence and your self-worth get trampled. And it gets trampled by other people's demands, by distractions, by old patterns. And then you're sitting there wondering why you're still not where you want to be or living the life that you want. See, you can believe in yourself all day long, and it's great. And you can know that you deserve better. And you can know that you can achieve more. But if you keep saying yes to distractions, to toxic people, and draining commitments, what happens? You never actually move forward. And it will actually start to break down your confidence and your self-worth because you can't accomplish anything. You're too busy catering to everyone else and making everyone else happy. And when you find you're not accomplishing what you truly want, then the confidence and the self-worth start to get chipped away at. And you start doubting yourself. You start doubting your confidence, your ability, your worth. Success doesn't die because you weren't capable. We're all capable. It doesn't die because you weren't worthy, because we are all worthy. It dies because you didn't protect the space you needed to let it grow. That's what boundaries do. They carve out room for you to actually win. Now, how success will die without a boundary? Well, when you say yes to everything, you're saying yes to the things that you don't want to do. You're saying yes to make other people happy. You're saying yes to something that you know is going to take time away from what you really want to do. Then that's exactly what it does. And there's no time to focus on what actually moves you forward. When you allow toxic relationships or draining commitments to stay, your energy leaks away because it just drains right out of you. And when you avoid saying no, when you know that you should be, other people's priorities are now going to take the driver's seat in your life. You may know you're worthy, you may have the confidence to get it done, but if you don't have the boundaries to protect your time, space, and peace, you're never going to be able to get to where you want to go. You see, boundaries free up your mental space, your energy, and your time so you can pour them into the right goals. So instead of leaking it all over on everyone else's things, it's actually going to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. Success is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things consistently. So you can be busy and you can be doing this and doing that. But if you're not pouring that into what it is you really want to do on a consistent basis, it's not going to happen. And boundaries are how you make sure that it happens by prioritizing yourself and not giving all of your energy away to things that don't serve you. Things that you can say to help that is saying no to overtime because you're building your side business. Or how about refusing to answer texts from a draining friend while you're working on your book? Or how about protecting mornings for workouts or creativity because you know that those things fuel your bigger goals? Those things tell yourself that you matter. What happens is people are afraid actually to set boundaries. And people are afraid to set boundaries because they think that it's going to cost them relationships or opportunities. You think that you have to overextend yourself and you have to do more and be more and give more. You do more at work, so you're going to look good and make your boss happy. Or you can't say no to anything because you want people to like you and you want people's approval. And you think the only way to get it is to people please and to make others happy. But unfortunately, that becomes at the expense of yourself. When the reality is, the right relationships will respect your boundaries and the right opportunities will require them. Think about that. The people who benefited from you not having boundaries are the ones who will be upset and will hopefully remove themselves from your life. And when they do, please let them go. Don't hold on. It's going to hurt. Sure as heck isn't going to feel good, but you got to let them go. You see, success isn't about being available to everyone. It's about being committed to yourself. I spent years, and I mean years, being a people pleaser, doing whatever everyone else wanted. In relationships, I would bend over backwards to make the other person happy. I was always worried about what other people thought about me. I thought the more I did in relationships and work, wherever, the more I would be liked. The more I did at work, the better. I'd be the ideal employee. I wanted people to like me. I wanted them to think I was a good person. So I thought the more that I did, that would make that happen. Well, now, after setting boundaries, gaining that peace and that space and that time for me and to create the life that I want, I'll be honest, I don't care what anybody thinks, except for me. You see, I'm the most important person in my life, just like you should be the most important person in yours. And that doesn't mean you don't love other people. It doesn't mean that you don't give time and energy to other people, but you save some for yourself. Now, I'll tell you, I'd die for any one of my children or grandchildren in a heartbeat, but I won't give up myself to make them happy. I can make them happier by being whole and being happy with myself and my life. Happiness is contagious. And if you're happy with yourself and your life, then others will feel that. It will show. It will overflow onto them. So how do you start to set a boundary? Well, you start with awareness. Boundaries begin with noticing where you feel drained, where you feel resentful or uncomfortable. Those feelings usually point to where you need a boundary. Example, if you always feel exhausted after saying yes to covering extra shifts at work, there's a signal. If you're feeling unfulfilled or drained after spending time with certain people, there's your signal. Listen to them. And you get clear on what you want. Ask yourself, what do I need to feel respected, safe, or balanced in this situation? Be specific. Instead of, I need space, try, I can't answer work calls after 7 p.m., period. And stick to it. Keep it simple. Boundaries don't have to be long explanations. Start small and be clear. Use short statements like, I'm not available after 7, or I can't take that on right now, maybe at a different time, or I need a few moments to myself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for anything, especially not for wanting some time for yourself. The big one, expect to feel discomfort. It's normal to feel guilty or worry about upsetting others when you start setting boundaries. It comes with the territory. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Discomfort is actually part of the unlearning, the people-pleasing process. And it certainly doesn't mean you should stop. When the discomfort or guilt hits, keep pushing forward. Push through it, because it will eventually subside. Be consistent. A boundary only works if you stick with it. People are going to push back, especially if they've benefited from you not having a boundary. So you need to stay firm, stay calm, but stick with it. And protect, don't punish. Boundaries are absolutely not about controlling others. They're about protecting your time, your energy, and your peace. So keep the focus on what you will do, not what you want someone else to do or what you feel they must do. It is what you need to do to protect or not do to protect your time, energy, and peace. Now, I'm going to give you like an example progression of someone who's just starting. So, and we'll keep it simple. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to notice. And you're going to notice, I feel resentful when I answer texts during dinner. And then you're going to decide, I want dinners to be phone free. You're going to state it. I won't be checking my phone at dinner anymore, and stick to it. Even if whoever else is sitting at that table with you rolls their eyes, stick to it. That is setting a boundary. Confidence told you to believe in yourself, and you absolutely should. Self-worth told you you're worthy of more. We all are. But boundaries are what make sure you actually get it. Boundaries are not the end of the journey. They are the doorway to success. And every time you open one, you're opening up a space for the life, the peace, and the success that you deserve. Keep standing firm, and I'll see you in the next episode. Share this with somebody that you think could benefit, and please hit the subscribe button to help get this out to people who could really use it. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have an awesome day. Listen, at the end of the day, it's simple. You either make excuses or you make progress, but you can't do both. If something in this episode hit home, then sit with it. Do something about it. And if you're serious about changing your life, start acting like it. And if you're not, well, that's on you. Life doesn't wait. I'll catch you next time on How I Unfucked My Life. And remember, nothing changes if you don't.